All right. I think we're all settling in. Well, thank you all for being here today. My name's Steve Bland. I'm the CEO for WeGo Public Transit. And man, has this been a long time coming for this day. So I am super excited to be here. So the last two events we had with Mayor Cooper, 2 events ago, it was about 98 and ultra humid, and we had folks passing out. And the one after that, I think it was about 38 and drizzly, and we had people sort of freezing. So, Mayor, we were due to even that out eventually, and I think we got it today. It's my privilege to be here on behalf of all the staff at WeGo Public Transit and our board members. You'll be hearing from our board chair, Gail Carr-Williams, in a bit. We also have Janet Miller, our vice chair here, and Jessica Dauphin. Unfortunately, our 2 other board members, Walter Searcy and Mary Griffin, were feeling a bit under the weather today and were unable to attend, but they're absolutely here in spirit. We've been working on this project for 3 or 4 years now, and as I was saying to Trey Walker, who's been leading our efforts on this, we can finally let the suits get out of the way and let the folks who actually do the work take over. So we'll be flinging a little ceremonial dirt later this morning, and they'll be flinging real dirt within about a week or so. Without further ado, we have a number of speakers because we have so many folks to thank and acknowledge in participating. I do want to acknowledge the role and the funding that was provided by the Federal Transit Administration of the United States Department of Transportation. And on behalf of our regional FTA administrator, Yvette Taylor, she sends her best regards and congratulations. Unfortunately, she was unable to make it here today. But another huge partner in funding and overall system development for this was the Tennessee Department of Transportation. And we're absolutely delighted to welcome Deputy Governor TDOT Commissioner Butch Ely for a few remarks.
Hey, good morning. Thank you, Steve. What a great day, right? Couldn't be a more appropriate day, and glad to see such a big crowd turn out here. Steve, thank you for what you do. Steve and I have worked together for a long time, and let me tell you, he is respected throughout the country in transit, and so I appreciate the work that you do, Steve, day in, day out. So this is special to me for a number of reasons, but when I was a kid, some of you know, I grew up a few miles down the road in Cheatham County in Ashland City, and that was before Metro Center was here, and so every time I came to Nashville with my mom, we would drive right down this road that we're here on today, and so to me this is a great day for Nashville, a great day for the state. To me, this is a great example of the way it's supposed to work. We were able with the state to be able to utilize around $5.4 million from a state grant that came out of the Improve Act that was passed back in 2017. And we were able to partner then with WeGo and Metro to be able to collaborate together and go to the federal government for additional funding to be able to get our partners there to be able to come and make this happen today. So, why is this important? When I think about all the good things that will happen from this, number one, it's about safety. Number one, it's about getting people to where they need to be safely, and it's not just the people that'll be involved utilizing the transit itself. It's also about the neighborhood. It's also about people who will be traveling on bikes and other modes. And so that's one of the reasons this is so important. And more so than that, it's also about connectivity, right? We know that we need people in this community to be able to get to health care, to be able to have access to education, and to be able to get to the jobs that they are going to. And so connectivity is a very important part of what we're trying to do here today. I am also want to commend our folks in our multimodal department at TDOT. We've got several of them here today who've done a great job working with Steve and working with our federal partners to be able to bring the real technical assistance to be able to get this done. Also proud of Vince and our team at the Civil Rights Division of TDOT. This is a shining example of how to do a partnership. We have been able to work together with WeGo and be able to partner, bring a joint venture partner into this, which will fund, which will participate in over 40% of this project, and that is exactly the way it needs to work. So the bottom line is, to me, this project is about quality of life. This project is about connectivity. This project is about safety, and I think the council, I think the mayor, and all of those who have worked so hard to make this happen. Next, I want to introduce your councilman, Councilman Brandon Taylor, and appreciate the hard work and service that he is providing to this community and to our city and to the state. I knew Reverend Sweeney, Brandon, great his contributions, and so really appreciate him. We've got Representative Love here with us. We is so happy to have the senator and councilman and representative here today. So thank you all very much. Representative, come up, Councilman. Yes, sir. Good to see you.
Good morning, everybody. It's exciting, right? First, I want to welcome you all to North Nashville, District 21. I also want to welcome you to the future site of the Ernest Rip Pat Transit Center, a $17 million, yes, $17 million investment in North Nashville. Can you fathom that? $17 million right here in North Nashville. That's exciting. Mayor, thanks for being here. Representative Love, Senator Gilmore, Councilmember Swore, Councilmember Toombs, I think Councilmember Gamble's here, Councilmember O'Connell, Councilmember Hurt. Thank you guys for being here. You try not to do that because you might miss someone, but I just did it. Hopefully I didn't miss anyone. So this is, again, a very exciting time here in North Nashville for us. If you know, North Nashville has the highest ridership of WeGo in the city. So the 22 just runs right down Buchanan. That's how I get downtown normally. I take the 22 to downtown. And when I think about this, this is going to increase opportunities for connectivity and mobility right here in the highest ridership part of this city. We're going to be able to get people not only just to downtown, but all across the city from this location. So if you're not necessarily familiar with how you get about the transit system in Nashville, if you want to go across town to Antioch or somewhere else from North Nashville, you got to stop downtown, possibly wait 2 to 3 hours, or maybe less, to then get on another bus to then take you to your final destination. This right here will change that extremely. We're going to have a vast change. We're going to add ridership. We're going to add more stops, more routes right here. Another piece for this is that we're going to have African American and minorities build this program, right? They're going to build this center. So people that are right here in District 21 will have a big say in how it goes. So when we think about the investment that it has, this investment grew from the community, and it's going to be built by the community, and it's going to serve this exact community that we have. So I have a few more notes here that I want to tell you about. So when we increase these opportunities, it's going to be a clean and safe place. The Music City Riders years, in 2016, established their organization to fight for clean and safe places to ride the bus, right? Clean toilets. This is going to be a state-of-the-art transit center with Wi-Fi, security, cleanliness, you name it, brick, steel, glass. Is going to be absolutely beautiful. And it's going to be right here, and that's going to be from the fight that folks that ride the bus every day had for a long time, and they get to see their vision realized today. And then secondly, we're going to be able to increase, to have a transformational anchor development right here on Clarksville Highway. Currently now the state and the city are widening Clarksville Highway and growing that part of town. And this is going to continue that anchor development all the way into town, right through the heart of North Nashville. And we're truly excited about that here. Our constituents, our residents here, my neighbors, had a great opportunity to invest and give their opportunity to share their thoughts on what this should be. And this is also a space where you'll see those thoughts and the history of North Nashville come alive. So thank you all for being here. Thank you guys for joining us. I'd like to introduce Councilmember Toombs. She's right across the street here in District 2, and she's been a fighter for this transit center as well. So, Councilmember Toombs.
Good morning. Thank you, Councilmember Taylor. As he said, I am District 2 is the neighbor to District 21. We are right across the street. So if you want to stand in the middle of the road, you can be in 21 and 2 at the same time. Just make sure you don't get hit by a car or a bus. I am so grateful to be here today to celebrate the groundbreaking of our new North Nashville Transit Center, a center that is going to be named in honor of the legacy of Dr. Ernest Rip Patton Jr., a civil rights icon who fought for equity and justice. It is only right that this facility be named after such a powerful figure in our history, because this transit center represents another step towards equity for the North Nashville and Bordeaux community. I'm grateful that the native Nashvillians and the longtime residents here will get to see such a significant investment, $17 million, such a significant investment in their community after undergoing decades of neglect. Thank you, WeGo and Mayor Cooper and my council colleagues for being an awesome community partners and helping to bring equity to North Nashville and Bordeaux. As Councilman Taylor said, this area has one of the highest riderships in the city. This transit center represents better access to jobs, grocery stores, shopping, doctor's appointments, school events, etc. It is the better connectivity that we've been asking for a very long time. I look forward to enjoying this new transit center with my neighbors. I have the pleasure of introducing the next speaker, Councilwoman Zofat Swara, who is a pillar in the community and has always fought hard for equity and justice. And I want to bring her up to the podium to speak.
Good morning. What a beautiful day. I feel it's a personal privilege and honor for me to be here this morning. My office is right down the street at Meharry, and anybody that have heard me on the campaign trail hear me talk about John Early all the time. So I'm very excited about the investment that is in this part of town, as mentioned by my colleagues. But there's another personal connection, which is the fact that this place is being named after Dr. Rip Patton, someone that I admire so much. What this transit center will do other than transportation is the opportunity to provide education, training, and a place of belonging for people in this community. When you look at the design, there'll be stories all around about the civil rights movement. If we don't know our history, how do we move forward? When we're not teaching history in the classroom, we get to teach it at the bus stop. We get to look at the stories and see what's going on. That's what this will do. I had the honor of visiting Dr. Patton during his last days, and I was privileged to actually be a witness to his final will and testament. But what stood out for me was that while Dr. Patton was on his deathbed, people talk about what he's done so many years ago. He and I were talking about transportation. He was telling me about his idea on how we should put road signs on the floor rather than putting it up. He was still talking about what we need to do to move Nashville forward. Dr. Patton, for those of you that may not know, was so involved in transportation. He worked for the National Transportation Department. And so transportation was his thing. And so when I found out that this is going to be done, and WeGo asked me to be part of the committee with the neighborhood talking about it, of course, you know, when it came to naming, I jumped up and I said, we have to name it after Dr. Ray Patton, okay? Naming has become my thing. And I cannot think of a better name. Of the civil rights activists that we've honored, is a native Nashvilleian. Grew up in this area, went to TSU, was involved in transportation. I think we couldn't have named it for a better person. So I'm so grateful to the council, to WeGo for approving the naming, for asking me to sponsor the bill to name it, and for my colleagues for approving it. So this is gonna be wonderful. It's gonna be transportation, it's gonna be economics, it's gonna be education, it's gonna be history. Thank you so much. Of course, got so excited, I forgot to introduce the next speaker. Of course, history herself. My mentor, a great senator, Brenda Gilmore.
Good morning. A special thank you to WeGo, to the mayor's office, and the state of Tennessee, of which I had the honor of serving for 16 years, who have supported this program. It's an honor to be here today in celebration of this transit center as your past councilwoman, state representative, and state senator. Today, I'm just Brenda Gilmore, a longtime resident of this area who knows what this transit center is going to mean to North Nashville and Bordeaux. First, I'd like to talk about North Nashville, and then I'd like to talk about my friend Rip Patton. This center is going to be a huge relief for so many working families in North Nashville and Bordeaux. There's nothing more important to a parent than being able to take care of their families. Of course, that's hard to do if you don't have a reliable transportation system to work for you, to get you to the grocery stores, or to take you to family outings or to the doctor. This transit station has the opportunity to change people's lives, and I am so appreciative of the leaders who brought us to this groundbreaking. Second, I want to acknowledge the legacy of my friend Rip Patton. He started out as a young man getting kicked out of segregated bus terminals, and now his name is on this station. I wish he was here today to help us celebrate this moment. I truly believe it's a fitting honor to recognize a man who fought for all Tennesseans to have equal access to our city and to our state. Thank you again for including me and for having me here today. And let's get moving.
Good morning.
May I present You see why I retired?
To Commissioner Ely and to Mayor Cooper, our elected officials, council members, and state senator, it is fitting that we are here to name this transit center, as many have said already, after Dr. Patton. Transportation has always been the key to economic equity and social transformation. And I'm sure that those who use this center will greatly benefit from the ease and accessibility that this center will provide. When we talk about transportation, we talk about, as many have said already, access to education, access to commerce, access to just being able to go around the city with your family. we talk about this important investment in North Nashville. As Councilman Taylor's already listed out, $17 million invested in North Nashville. As a resident of this community, specifically as a resident within walking distance of this center, growing up in North Nashville, attending the old John Early Elementary School, I am excited to see what this investment will do to spur economic investment in North Nashville. We have fought, council members have fought and encouraged and urged. Neighbors like Brother Ronnie Mitchell have kept pressing the need for not just an investment in North Nashville, but to have those who live in the area to be able to participate in the building, to be able to just have more than just a crumb off the table. And so I'm excited for what WeGo has done. I'm excited for the partnerships that continue. And I'm excited to see what happens when we go from this point forward. And it is my pleasure, before I take a step further from the podium, before I go to my seat, it is my pleasure to introduce the mayor of our city, Mayor John Cooper.
Well, thank you, Representative Love, and what a great day this is for Nashville. I want to acknowledge and thank our council partners in this great work, Council Lady Hurt and Gamble and Swara and Councilman O'Connell, and our district council members here, Taylor and Toombs, and Senator-elect Oliver and Senator Gilmore. Thank you for being here, Representative Love and Representative-elect Jones, and Chair Gail Carr-Williams. Thank you for MTA's commitment to this. Assessor Vivian Wilhoit is here. This is a great day, and I want to acknowledge something that doesn't happen that often. We don't often have the deputy governor here at a groundbreaking, and the deputy governor is also in charge, who is the Commissioner of Transportation. This is how it's supposed to work, to partner together with our federal partners and with the state to invest in our community and make it great. Steve Bland, thank you for your leadership for MTA, for WeGo Public Transit. Diana Alicorn, our NDOT director. Through bold strategic investments in Nashville, we can make days like this great, and let's keep adding to it. There are so many advocates here today for public transportation, which is an indispensable asset to our city and must serve our whole city. Now, my priority from day one has been to develop and execute a transportation plan that works for all Nashvillians. And this Dr. Ernest Rip Patton Jr. North Nashville Transit Center is a giant step forward. 7 WeGo public transit bus routes will converge here at the Patton Center, giving North Nashville direct access to neighborhoods like East Nashville, Metro Center, Germantown, Midtown, Hillsborough Village, Wedgwood. This great connector allows Nashville finally to bring fast, reliable mass transit access to neighborhoods in Nashville that have been under-resourced for decades. Now, with the opening of this facility, North Nashvillians will no longer have to spend half their commute waiting in downtown traffic. Isn't that incredible? Half their commute waiting in downtown traffic. For some residents, this means their commute time will be cut by 20, 30 minutes in one direction. And what does that mean? It means a TSU student living off West Trinity Lane near Whites Creek Pike will shave 20 minutes off their commute with the new Trinity Lane connector and transfer to Thompson Wedgwood. A resident of the Hadley, Washington neighborhood, the commuting time to work to Metro Center each day will be cut by 15 minutes off their commute time. A resident of the Bordeaux neighborhood traveling to a midday medical appointment at St. Thomas Midtown will slice 20 minutes off their hour commute. with this connection here at the Patton Center, the NNTC Connections. Nashvillians need fast, reliable transportation. You can't get your kids to school, you can't get to work on time, you can't even get to church if you don't have affordable, reliable, fast transportation. Now, we're a city on the move, and it's crucial that we move quickly and efficiently. That's why the land we're standing on here is an enormous opportunity, and this facility is another piece in the puzzle towards creating a fast, frequent, and affordable transportation network in our city on both a macro and micro level. And resources from rideshare pickup and drop-off to bike share and storage to improved pedestrian connections to the surrounding neighborhood, this facility extends to all, no matter their preferred mode of transportation. It's a people-first, multimodal transportation network that prioritizes safety and manages congestion, and it's critical to the long-term success of Nashville's livability and quality of life. Now, given this center's connective, communicative nature, it is more than appropriate that the facility be named in honor of Dr. Ernest Rip Patton, Jr. He was a proud Nashvillian who connected with and advocated for his neighbors. As a college student, he participated in lunch counter sit-ins and protests of segregation and unequal service, and marched to the Nashville courthouse steps in 1960 in a silent, nonviolent protest after the bombing of the great Alexander Luby's home. And in 1961, Dr. Patton took part in the Freedom Ride from Nashville, Tennessee, to Jackson, Mississippi, alongside a number of our nation's most revered civil rights icons, so many from Nashville, Tennessee. And just let me call out their names in honor, a roll call of honor for how Nashville participated in this movement. Dr. C.T. Vivian, James L. Bevel, Harold Andrews, James Lawson Jr., Matthew Walker, Lucretia Collins, the great Representative John Lewis, John Copeland, Grady Donald, Clarence Thomas, Leroy Wright, Catherine Burks, Clarence Wright, Mary Smith, Charles Butler, Joy Reagan, Carolina Reed, King Holland, William Barbie, Carl Bush, Patricia Jenkins, Etta Simpson, Susan Wilbur, Alexander Anderson, Francis Wilson, Merle Reagan, Cordell Hull Reagan, Pauline Knight, Joseph Ross. These are heroes who, with Dr. Patton, created a different America. And on that history-making commute, Dr. Patton rode across the South on buses with his white and black peers. All the while, mobs of segregationists were awaiting their arrival at depots and terminals. And amidst the hatred and hostility, Dr. Patton and the Freedom Riders did not back down. Even when they were arrested, thrown in jail, subjected to inhuman conditions. And hopefully we'll hear more from Michael on this, that song that Dr. Patton would sing from his time in Parchman. They don't let no mattresses turn them around. They're going to keep on walking, keep on talking, keep on walking up to Freedom Town. And when he left Nashville on that Freedom Ride, Dr. Patton left with nothing but a hope and a dream for a brighter future. And when he returned from Mississippi, he brought freedom to the whole country. And though Dr. Patton is no longer with us, his memory, advocacy, and legacy are forever engraved in the history of this city and will be preserved here in this great facility, serving our whole community. And I am honored to introduce the next speaker, Mr. Michael Patton, Dr. Ernest Rip Patton's son. Thank you, and thank you for being here, and on to our city's great future. Thank you.
Thank you so very much, Mayor. I'm honored by your introduction and bid you good morning. Blessed morning, everyone. Senator Gilmore, Representatives Love, and I think I saw Mr. Jones back there, Deputy Governor, Mayor Cooper, WeGo CEO, I just had to say that, I love that, Mr. Bland. Metro Council members, Taylor and Toombs, O'Connell, council members at large, Suara and Hurt. I know I'm going to miss somebody, sorry. Madam MTA Chair, Carl Williams, gracious members of my family, the church, the media, and to all of you whose lives have in some way been touched and enriched by Dr. Ernest Rip Patton, Jr. WeGo is excellence in mass transit, moving people from place to place. Dr. Ernest Rip Patton, Jr. moved people from place to place. We have come together today in honor of Dr. Patton to dedicate this location, which shall bear his name so aptly, reminding those who pass here of human excellence. It is no small measure of civilization to be able to move its people. Cities are measured by the facilities they provide for their populace. Humans are measured by the mark they leave on civilization. Long before the national hero I discovered, Dad was my personal hero. My fondest childhood memory with him is riding on the back of a humongous motorcycle going for A&W root beer floats. I didn't know what or even that he was teaching me at the time. Hold the door, pull out the chair for the young lady, and my favorite to watch, Hello, Beautiful. Dr. Ernest Rip Patton, Jr. is a national hero of the civil rights movement. Bound by faith, trained in nonviolence, ready for good trouble. He mastered something few of us achieve, understanding his place in this world. He never wasted an opportunity to teach, to impart not just the dates and times and places where he made history, but how it made him and his fellow freedom riders feel to be spit on, to be cursed, to be beaten by those sworn to serve and protect, to stare hatred down with a smile. Humbly, those stories were never focused on him, but rather on everyone around him. My father connected with people on a deep and spiritual level. He showed people how to access the best in themselves and enabled them to move mountains. He reminded us of what a leader looks like, what a hero looks like. No man is perfect, but Dr. Patton was perfect for Nashville, Tennessee, the South, a deeply divided United States, and for the world at the time when he was so desperately needed. As thousands of travelers come through this wonderful transportation hub to be, they will see the name, the Dr. Ernest Rip Patton, Jr. North Nashville Transit Center. They should know this place stands for freedom, equality, justice, nonviolence, acceptance, unity, purpose, community, progress, and integrity. Dr. Ernest Rip Patton, Jr. would ask, where are today's freedom riders? Some people define themselves by their words. Others would have people define them. Individuals such as my father and his final honoring speaker have defined themselves by their actions. Mrs. Gail Carr Williams has given of herself to this city's mass transportation network for 20 years. She has made it her mission, like Dr. Patton, to build community. Her support of the arts and education is unwavering, just like that of Dr. Patton. I am truly honored now to introduce the chair of the Board of Directors, Nashville Metropolitan Transit Authority, Mrs. Gail Carr-Williams.
Well, Michael, I'm just sobbing. Not just because you said all those wonderful things about me. I'm sort of cool, like no one has ever introduced me that way, so I feel like I'm rocking it a little bit. I think these 20 years of my third Thursday at MTA is sort of paying off a little bit, I'm so grateful. And I'm even grateful to share with you that I had some opportunities to spend time with your father. And everything you have said, everything everyone else has said is so true. He leaves something in you, and it never leaves you. And he makes you want to work harder. He wants you to be better for justice. He wants you to be better for equity. He wants you to be a freedom rider. And he wasn't just a freedom rider, like you said, because that's what he wanted to do. He just was a freedom rider, and he knew that was the right thing to do. And it was the right thing to do for our community, for our country, and for all other people. So I'm grateful on one Thursday, the most incredible board to work with. Janet Miller's there, and Margaret Bill, my general counsel. I think Jessica Dalpin, who is on our board, might be out here. I don't know if she's here. And another iconic warrior for justice, Walter Searcy, who could not be here with us today, but we sat there on that Thursday, and Mary Griffith, who has been an attorney for the state for a long time, we sat there on that Thursday. And on that Thursday, when we voted to name this North Nashville Center, Transit Center, after your father and after your family's friend, uncle, father, grandfather, we were proud. I think we cried. And I think we'll cry today, and I think we'll cry when we open this so all of the community can benefit from what it was intended to be and what it is symbolic of. It's symbolic of the fight that Nashville has always had for its people. Sometimes maybe we don't always talk about the fight, but we have to. And I will say that this center will fight that fight. It will make it better for Nashvillians, as everyone has said, to get to and from where they have to be, better, safer, to all things. And it will be a family hub. I can't wait to see the art that the Hardin Group puts in here that attaches us to history and attaches our children. So as when we ride, we also know we're riding in faith, that we're riding in courage, and that we're riding in justice. And somebody, a hero, Dr. Rip Patton, led the way for us, and that we must pick up that baton and keep going. So I am grateful on that Thursday that my courageous colleagues voted to do this. I'm proud of that other Thursday when we voted to build this center, that we knew that this was a hub that would generate opportunities for Nashvillians. And I'm grateful to say I've been doing that on my third Thursday for the last 20 years. I'm grateful. So thank you for that opportunity. So, Patton family, y'all are beautiful. And I've been sitting next to Michael this whole time. He told me I was beautiful too. So, he did, just like he said, like his dad taught him. He came right with it. So, just want you to know you're doing what you're supposed to do. I love it. But can all of you all stand so everybody here can see just how beautiful and wonderful you all are? You know, legacy is a beautiful thing, and it's defined by what you do, not who you say you are. It's a beautiful thing, and the legacy here today lives quite well. So thank you all. I want to just say also to the council members, to the state, and the mayor's office, you all support transit in such meaningful ways, not just this project, but over the years. And I think I can speak on behalf of our entire board. Thank you for that support. Thank you for leaning in, and thank you for making certain that transit has been a priority, continues to be a priority for our city and for the citizens of Nashville. And to the incredible staff and leadership of WeGo MTA. They work tirelessly, they're visionaries, they're innovative, and they work every day to make sure that Nashville has safe, reliable, and faster transit every day. They think about it, they work on it, and they work together. There's such a collective community of transit experts. So I want to thank them today for all of the work they do. And Steve, your leadership is extraordinary, and grateful to serve with all of you. So they told me the mic's gonna go out in about 1 minute. So I'm gonna beat the mic. I'm gonna beat it and just tell all of you, thank you from the bottom of our hearts for being here today. Thank you for the support of MTA We Go. And I can't wait to see all of you, plus more, at the opening of the Ernest Rhett Patton North Nashville Transit Center. What a beautiful day that will be as well. Thank you all. Now do we go? I'm sorry. We go to the shovels? That's my direction. We go to the shovels. I'm so excited.
This has been a service of the Metro Nashville Network. If you would like to see this presentation again, or for more information on this and other programs, visit nashville.gov.